to be doing a very gentle, early postpartum rehabbing for your core to strengthen those deep core muscles that have been dormant for a while, especially through pregnancy. So if you're in that part of your journey postpartum where you're wanting to know a little bit more of how or where to start your journey back to getting a stronger core, just getting back to your normal workouts, then you're going to want to start here. Now, before we get started, you're going to simply need a ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use a folded pillow or even a stuffed animal. Other than that, you just need a yoga mat or some space to get on the floor. Now, before we continue with the actual workout, I do want to let you know if you are looking for more resources, whether that be pregnancy or postpartum, make sure that you click on the link in our bio, and then we will get that information out to you so that you can follow along for more information. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start by laying back, and all you're going to do is you're going to do pelvic clocks. So this is really good to kind of get the body moving again, as you're going to just think about your hands being on the pubic bone, and you're going to bring the pubic bone down to 6 o'clock. Then you're going to gently tuck and pull that pubic bone up towards 12 o'clock or up towards your head. So you're coming down and then you're pulling straight back up. And what this is doing is this is going to gently mobilize your pelvic muscles. You're going to mobilize your lower back and just kind of get out of that stiff mode. I know a lot of times breastfeeding will leave us in a stagnant position for long periods of time. So it's nice to be able to kind of go back and forth with this. There's no specific breathing, you're just moving. All right. The next one that we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and sit up. So you're going to roll over and sit up, and you're going to be in a side sitting position like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach across as far as you can towards your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, it's okay. You can grab your knees or shin, which is wherever it feels comfortable. From there, the opposite hand's going to loop through, and you're going to hook your fingers around your ribs. So now you're stuck in a tight little pretzel. And what you're going to do here is you're going to take a nice inhale into this hand. So really feeling your ribs expand, and then you're just going to let it out. And then again. And we're going to do this a total of 8 times. We're really looking to expand our ribs, stretch out our QL muscle. If you've been carrying your baby around or you're taller, this is going to feel really good. All right, 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's go ahead and switch that over to the opposite side. Again, just swooping your legs off to the side, reaching as far to your ankle as you can, and then looping the hand underneath like a pretzel, and then holding nice and tight and breathing into this hand here, holding it nice and tight so you really feel that stretch. Now you might notice that one side feels a little bit easier or a little bit more comfortable than the other side, and that is okay. Most of us are not symmetrical. Our body tends to favor one side more than the other. If you tend to hold your baby on one side more than the other, then you'll notice the difference with this one. Let's do 2 more. And last one. All right. Next one, you're going to grab your folded up pillow, or you can grab the ball or stuffed animal. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay directly over it like this. You're just going to put that in your lower belly area right above the pelvis. And this is called crocodile breathing. So we're going to simply lay nice and flat, get ourselves nice and comfortable, and we're going to breathe into the ball and then just relax. Let all the air out. And what we're doing here, another breath in, you'll start to notice that your lower back is going to start to relax. You should feel the movement right in through here into the lower back. And again. And this is a nice bonus to kind of relax that nervous system. If you've been feeling achy in your lower back, even pelvic floor heaviness, this is a great way to relieve those symptoms. 3 more here. Nice big deep breath in through our nose, letting it out through our mouth. And last one. Very good. Let's go ahead and we're going to flip over. I'm going to move that ball to the side. You're going to flip over and you're going to lay on your back. And we're going to now combine all those stretches that we just did about expanding our rib cage, expanding our lower back, our belly, and we're going to put that into 360 breathing. Now what 360 breathing does is it allows you to expand out through the sides, and as you exhale, you'll start to notice, or you should notice, that your lower abdominals start to kick in, and then you should feel your upper abdominals come in last. The reason so is we want to retrain those lower abdominal muscles because those are the ones that were stretched out the most during your pregnancy. But what you're going to do is you're going to take a nice big inhale in through your nose. As you do that, I like to put my hands right around the rib cage, kind of like bra strap area, simply so that it reminds me to breathe into my hands versus breathing into my chest, or just simply breathing through our belly. So we want to think about breathing out through our ribs, our belly, and our back should relax into the floor. So we're going to breathe in, smelling those roses. And then you're going to exhale and think about zipping up all the way up. And what I mean by zipping up, let's take another inhale, is as I exhale, I'm going to think about my pelvic floor lifting up, and just like a zipper that I'm putting on a pair of jeans, you should feel the lower abdominals kick in first, then the middle, and finally your ribs. So let's take another look at that. Inhale in, and then we're going to exhale. We're aiming for nice long breaths. Inhale again. Your back relax into the floor, your ribs widen. Exhale. And again. All right, let's keep that going. I'm going to show you, if you're having a hard time really feeling the lower abdominals kick in, you can grab your ball or that pillow and place that between your knees. And all you're going to do here is, as you inhale, things stay nice and relaxed. And as you exhale, you're going to give the ball a gentle squeeze and do everything else the same. And what that does is that helps to cue in our adductors, which will help to cue in the pelvic floor and then the lower abdominals. So let's do that a few more times. Let's do 2 more. Good. All right, next one here we're going to bring that ball off to the side again. And this time what you're going to do is you're going to take your inhale and you're going to let one leg drop off to the side. Only go as far as you are able to keep your hips and socked into the ground. So you don't want to go so far that you start lifting up. So you're going to let it drop down as you inhale. Then you're going to exhale. Bring it back to the center. Inhale. Use your lower abdominals to come back to the center. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale out through your mouth. Let's do 4 more. Notice we're going nice and slow, nice and gentle. You can do this as soon as you get cleared by your doctor, but to be honest, I was doing this even beforehand because this is very basic. It's the very foundations of what you're going to be doing on later on. 1 more on the opposite side. Good. All right, next one here. You're going to be kicking out your leg as we exhale. So let's go ahead and inhale in through your ribs again. We're going to begin our exhale. And then as we kick out, we want to make sure that our leg or the weight of the leg isn't allowing our pelvis to pull us forward. So we want to think about keeping our lower backs connected to the floor. And then exhale. Leave it out there for the duration of your exhale as well. Now, if you feel that you can't get out here like this and maintain it, you can alternate by doing marches instead. And then as you get stronger, you can start to bring your leg out further until finally you're out at a full extension. Good. 1 more on each side. All right, let's bring this a little bit further. This time, what I'm going to want you to do is think about those pelvic tilts that we did at the beginning. I'm going to have you tuck your tailbone underneath so that your back is not pressing your back down, but you're just rolling it back so that your back is in contact with the floor. From here, you're going to take your inhale in through your ribs, body back and side expands. As you exhale, you're going to lift up, pushing through your heels, not your lifting with your back. So you're pushing through your heels, staying in that tucked position. You're not going to get very far. So you're not aiming for height. You're aiming to activate your glutes here. Inhale and come back down. So we're doing a bridge here. But what I want you to focus on is that you're keeping your spine in a more of a posterior tilt. So it almost like a flat back here versus that neutral spine. And the reason that we're doing that is because we want to encourage the glutes to turn on versus using all the efforts from our back. When we do that, we're going to strain our backs. So if you are feeling it in your back, you need to know that you need to tuck in even further and press through the heels. Sometimes what helps is to lift your heels, or lift your toes rather, and press through your heels so that your correct muscles are turning on. So you're going to inhale as you come down. That way you're ready for your exhale to come up. Now you can make this
a little bit more challenging by bringing your arms up towards the ceiling. And that just creates a little bit more instability, and it forces your glutes and your core to work a little bit more since your hands aren't helping to stabilize you at the bottom. One more here. All right, let's go ahead and now flip that over so that we're on our hands and knees. And this is going to be our final exercise here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to inhale in through your nose, expanding through your ribs, through your belly, allowing that natural 360 expansion to happen. But you no longer have the floor guiding you. So you really have to hone into your body here and your system. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to zip up. And we're going to gently let one of our legs come back. And then we're going to continue that exhale as we return back to that starting position. Now, what makes this so difficult is as you're extending your leg back, we don't want to allow our hip to drop down. We want to keep our hips square to the floor. So inhale in, then we're going to exhale. Really try not to let anything else move, just that leg. We're just sliding and then returning it back to the start. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. All right, great job. I hope you enjoyed that quick little workout. You see, it doesn't take a lot. You can sneak this in quickly during nap time. You can sneak this in the middle of the day if your kid's having a tummy time. If your kids are entertained, it will be something quick and easy, low intensity for sure. So make sure to follow along, subscribe to get more exercises as we go live every Wednesday. All right, take care.